Welcome back to my Let's Play of Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. In the last part, we finished the investigation. Also went on a movie day with Negative 2, just putting it out there. And now we are about to go to the third class trial to find out who killed Ibuki and Hyoko. I'm pretty sure it was Mikan, but just saying. Raw. We stepped onto the escalator and ascended towards the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. And that's when I suddenly noticed. I noticed our lineup silhouettes keep getting smaller and smaller. Oh, yeah. But I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. When everyone was inside Monokuma Rock. Oh, there we go. The elevator began its steep descent as usual. Wow, look at that huge gap in the back. And in the side, too, like... I mean, we're also missing Nekomaru, too, who takes up a lot of space as well, so... But damn. But nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. And when it descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped. The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so. Light poured through the other side, eroding the boundaries of the darkness. And I walked into that place. Oh. My, it feels pretty toothless with all those empty seats. Well, two people got killed at the same time. And Nekomaru's not here. Hey! Is Nekomaru really not participating? Is he alive? You should invite him.
No.
Why bother?
That's...
What?
Well now.
Now then, let's begin.
Yahoo!
It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy to your heart's content. And so the curtain of the third class trial was about to open. Ibuki Miyoda, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker for our group. When I was with her, all my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. Oh, that's sweet. Hyoko Sayonji, the ultimate traditional dancer. Just from looking at her adorable face, you'd never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself, and she was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahiru's death. The person who killed those two is among us. Yep. I definitely can't believe it. Oh god, look how many reds here. Or pink. But whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. That's why I must find out no matter the cost. For our sake. For our friends' sake. For Ibuki and Hyoko's sake. And so the curtain of the third class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial, glowing with hope and despair, has begun. No. Set skills? I didn't buy any skills, so... I don't know, am I ever gonna use the skills? I mean, I haven't so far. Oh well. All rise.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened. And
Yep.
that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
I don't mind starting the trial.
Yeah.
I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Yeah, it's fine.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
Okay, rude.
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really...
Yeah,
believe it.
see? I kinda agree with him.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Okay, and like you're a fucking genius? Like, come on now.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that?
Oh, okay, maybe she is a little bit.
Listen up.
Oh god.
The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
I mean, true.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments.
Hmm.
Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of
yes.
events?
Okay.
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease.
Correct.
The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
Mm-hmm.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened.
Mm-hmm.
Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was
Yep.
a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder. Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story!
And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue.
Mm.
But it was too late.
Yeah.
By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel. Why the motel? Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
True.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone. So I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko. So I pled with him in various ways
What?
to see if he could help me out.
Wait, various ways?
Various ways?
Yeah, I'm like, what happened?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
Oh, look at him! His face is red, and he was yelling at us for sleeping with Mikan.
After I heard from those two that
I'm
Ibuki
just saying.
disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the 4 of us broke down the door.
Yeah.
And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's.
Yeah.
And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
They confirmed the 2 deaths.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki. So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Oh, I mean, he's right. Huh?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious.
I mean, we obviously know it's true, but like, from Naito's stance, like, we could be completely making that up.
Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now.
That is
right?
true.
Lie? Why would I lie? Obviously, so you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you. Do you doubt me? If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
I mean, he's right, though. Like, he doesn't know if we're lying or telling the truth. We could have. It's just as Kazuichi said, Nagito's the kind of guy who'll just confuse us and make matters worse. Damn it, I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. Make your argument, surveillance camera unit, movie's intention ticket. What? Camera unit or monitor video? Hold on, what?
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie,
Yeah, we know that's not
then
true.
Ibuki hung herself.
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Yeah,
Why would
wait.
Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
I like how everyone's like
The fact
questioning
that the
us.
bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Oh, I know what it is. I'm not the killer. There should be a contradiction somewhere. Because there's no way I would have been able to do something like that. Yes, it is.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
Movie invitation ticket, and it has a date stamp.
That would also...
I don't think I can.
Just saying.
Why would Hajime...
Well, obviously, because he's the...
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating... No,
Yeah!
that's wrong! I'm not the killer! I mean, there's no way I'd be able to...
Yeah, we were
imitate
the only
that
one who
movie.
didn't see it.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
See, I knew he didn't. I knew he didn't really think it with us. He was just trying to, like, fuck with us.
Huh? Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person
Yeah, plus
only
he was the one who
received
told us
one
to keep the ticket.
and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Correct?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hmm.
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Yeah, he was just trying to mix things up, you know? Have a little fun.
Nagito, what are you doing? Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation.
He's not wrong.
It also provides a good warm-up. What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Well...
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who
That's the
killed
question.
Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone.
No. I still think Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
Like, a few minutes?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The goo.
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Oh, damn.
Me too?
Oh.
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis.
I mean, yeah.
Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
I don't think it's him though.
Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like, huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
I don't know.
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
The killer was inside the music venue. Fujiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? I don't know. Step ladders. Symmetric glob. It might be the glob.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside,
Is that when you hit with the glob?
they tried to keep us from getting
Well,
in.
yeah, because they could technically use the glob from the outside,
It
correct? I
seems they
think.
were trying to stall for time.
That's true.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
No, I think
You
it's a
can use
glob.
that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
I don't think so.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
If that door was really locked on the inside, then what was that thing I found? Yeah, I think it is a
The
glob.
killer was still inside the music
I think
venue.
it's the first thing you said.
By locking the door from the inside.
What? What? There we go.
No, that's wrong.
I missed.
Hold on a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
Yeah.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
I guess. It wasn't rubber at all. The semi-transparent glob was blue?
I see!
Okay, yeah.
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, well, she should know. She was the one who ate it.
It had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I'll take your word for it.
I didn't know glue was edible.
It's not. Akane, don't even try it.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
You're right.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly. But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know? That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you say?
It was a trick.
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so?
That was a trap.
It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Yeah, you did. It's okay.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
Yeah.
In a quarrel,
Oh, God.
both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
Okay.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
I think it was...
Even quick work
I don't
has
know.
limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue,
They must have done it earlier than that.
Yeah. Earlier?
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hyoko's body was there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hyoko was actually killed earlier.
Yeah, see, Nagito knows. He's thinking the same thing I am.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
Oh.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
Mm-hmm.
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
What was that thick scrap of paper that was stuck in the baton lighting in the music venue? It should have been part of something original. I should have seen that when I was at the music venue. Then I should be able to figure out what it is. It's wallpaper, right? I hope it is. Wallpaper. Okay, good. Okay, here we go. Let's try not to fuck up again. Right? W-A-L-L-P-A-P-E-R. Okay, good. Another L, damn it. There are too many people on board. I need another L. Fine, fuck off. Okay, okay, enough. Stop. Stop. Wait, is this L? I think it is. There we go. Whoa, why is that R going so fast? Okay, I need... P. Damn it. A. I need an A. A. Another P. I have way too many E's on board. I just need a... I'll need an E in a sec, but I need P now. Oh, don't do that. Oh my god. Is that P? Yes, okay, good. Ooh, damn it, I clicked wrong button. It's fine. E, and then R. 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 No, that's it. Nope! Nice try. So let's just get rid of this shit. Oh, you! Ooh. R. Thank God. Okay, wallpaper.
I got it!
Oh God, I hate that. It gives me major anxiety.
That scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room?
Mm-hmm.
In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap.
Yeah.
There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so, you're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper... See?
Perfect fit.
It fits perfectly.
Yep.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
The scrap of paper stuck to the baton line with part of the wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body? I mean, did the killer use the wallpaper to make Hyoko appear next to the pillar? If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear. Alright, let's give this a try. Oh, what is this stuff? Fucking, like, logic dive? Okay, well... Okay, how do I do this stuff again? Okay, so... We have speed up, right? Jump. Brake. Okay, got it. Oh! Okay, I clearly don't have it. There we go. Okay. I'm okay with this as long as I know what the answers are and I, don't fall off a cliff. That was a weird noise I just made. Question 1. Why did the Hyoko's body suddenly appear to kind of hidden? It was brought. I think it was hidden. I think. Right? I think it was hidden. Yeah. Okay. Oh god. Oh god, really? Really? I don't like this. This is too thin. Too thin. Too thin. Too thin. Too thin. Too thin. I don't like it. Question 2. Why did the killer use Heather body to wallpaper? Easy. We just went over that. Right? I'm double guessing myself that. Okay, no, wait. Okay. Okay, one more question. Hopefully I can answer that right. I don't like the thin. Too thin. I feel like I'm gonna die. God, I don't like this. Okay. What the? Oh, that's a little jump. Okay. Okay. Question 3. How did the killer hide? They formed a wall. They covered the pillar. Did they cover the pillar? I'm not sure about that one. Oh, did I get it? Okay. Oh yeah, Rainbow Road. I did. Okay. So they covered the pillar with the wallpaper.
It's all coming together.
Okay. I don't really understand that, I'll be honest.
Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there.
Mm-hmm.
However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Oh yeah, I saw how bigger and smaller it is now. Okay. Now I get it.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense
That's
that you'd
true.
notice Ibuki's body right away.
Yeah.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
Yeah. So, when Hajime left, the killer went in, removed the wallpaper, and then I guess glued the door, which would be able to be done in like under 10 minutes probably.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
Then why did you do it? I'm gonna feel really bad if it's not Mikan. But it has to be.
To pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not then.
Oh shit, sorry.
When was Hyoko actually killed?
Before Ibuki, I know that.
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't
Hey!
seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
Isn't that legal? Can she like sue for copyright or something?
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
Oh, I I thought that's something else.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them.
That's weird.
I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
To mix up the order. Because they killed Hiyoko first, then Ibuki, but made Hiyoko look like the lion, and Ibuki look like the Scarecrow. Because in the movie, the Scarecrow died first, and the lion died second, so people would think, if it's an imitation murder, Ibuki died first and Hiyoko died second.
Based
Yeah,
on what
okay.
we know,
I'm figuring this
the
out.
reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
Yeah, I just figured it out. The reason the killer imitated the two victims in that movie. They probably wanted us to think everything happened the way they wanted to. Mix up the killing order. I think it was mix up the killing
I
order.
see!
Yeah.
The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
Correct.
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
Yeah, 'cause she had like blood on her slippers and like, yeah.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
Okay.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
Okay.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
Damn, she's calling him out.
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
She had blood on her slippers.
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How right. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather.
Okay, thanks.
Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. I think it's best we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. Okay, blood on the soul, that has to be it.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Yes.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
No.
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Yes!
I agree with that.
Oh, nice. That was risky, but still, I did.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Yeah.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood!
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate
Oh,
the power
God.
of the evil eye!
Yes, your evil eye, I know.
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Okay.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Yes, it does.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But
I love the way you just said that.
Sure, you're sure. If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know.
Yes.
You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Well, what do I have for swords? Step ladder. Smudges on the floor.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hyoko? Ha,
Yes, definitely.
Impossible. Try to remember the crime. There was no. You can't step.
Oh shit, was that was supposed to cut? I think it was.
Just did you see a nice nightmare?
Despite his exaggerated protest, I feel like I've already seen an opening. Yeah. There's a trap, yes.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged. Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Boom!
Cut through those words!
I'll always mess up the first time probably, but then the second time I'll get it.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say such foolish things! You don't have proof of that at all!
But we do.
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right?
Yes.
Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Yeah.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Oh, that would make sense.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Well, you would know! Again, if Miko's not the killer, I'm
None
gonna
of
feel
us
like
were
an
aware
asshole.
of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikan's autopsy?
Yeah.
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
The time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yup. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's decided. Hyoko
Yoko
was
killed before
Ibuki.
Ibuki, yes.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now.
Yeah, you better retreat.
Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Ah, wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Ooh, yes.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Yes.
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Mm-hmm. Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is.
I mean, we already knew that, because we already experienced that last game.
Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered.
Oh?
For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
Maybe.
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
If someone told her to, wouldn't she?
She was afflicted by the
Yeah.
despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
Oh, damn.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive!
Oh. Oh.
When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
What?
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
Maybe.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
I mean, I've seen it done before.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging.
That's true, yeah.
Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind.
Yes.
If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Huh?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right?
That is true, yes.
Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
I mean, she had the despair disease, right? The gullible disease? If someone told her to hang herself, she would, right?
Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi.
Okay.
Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
Yeah.
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement.
So, like, 6:59?
And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So, like, 7:05?
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Yeah.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Yeah. Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi. Oh, and we're doing it, okay. Mikan's account, Fuyuki's account, Sonya's account. Oh, great! Okay, I'm gonna need 1 second
We
to
can
reread all of those accounts, because I don't remember any of them. Mikan's account. Right up until the Monokuma announcement that morning, Mikan was with Hajime the whole time. After she went to the hospital and checked on everyone and realized that Ibuki had disappeared, when she rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki, she apparently met up with Fuyuhiko. So that sounds like she has a solid alibi. After Fuyuhiko met Mikan in front of the hospital, they split up to search for Ibuki. They checked the movie theater and Electric Ave, but they did not find anyone. Apparently Fuyuhiko and Mikan were only separated for a short time. It sounds like he's innocent too. Hyoko was distraught because her kimono was disheveled and she was unable to tie it herself. That's when Sonya apparently told her about the full-length mirror in the music venue storage. Sorry, Sonya, but I think we're gonna need to pick you for this one.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
Is that what I have to do? The murder supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. The trial's proceeding as though nobody had an alibi, but is that really okay? I don't...
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you two are
And
good.
what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I guess that's true. We don't have anything in
I think
Kazuichi.
everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody
Is this
has an
what I've hit?
alibi, then
Oh shit. Shit, 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 shit,
Destroy
shit!
the Weakest Alibi has failed.
fuck. Yeah, okay. I think that's why I have to hit. I'm assuming it's with Sonia.
We can exclude the sick and
Since she's the only, like, motel
I was
person.
totally sleeping.
I think everyone at
So everyone who stayed...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed...
That's not.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then
Oh shit. Shit, shit, shit. Yeah, I know.
Crap!
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. Damn it!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Oh shit, why did I shoot that? No, I meant to... I meant to switch.
Right before the morning announcement,
Do I agree with Fuyuhiko?
I was totally sleeping in my...
I think everyone at the motel.
So everyone who stayed at the...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Did I miss that again? Oh, damn it.
Crap!
Oh, I know, stop, What do I click?
We can exclude the sick people like me and
Yes,
Akane,
that's
right?
true.
And what about the others?
Is it...
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
I'm so confused.
aside from
What
those
the
afflicted
fuck?
by the disease, if nobody...
If nobody has an alibi... Oh, Mikan has an alibi! I guess.
No, that's wrong!
Okay. I was being very stupid, I'm sorry.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Yep.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
She was suffocating us again.
I accidentally
God.
fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Yeah. Oh, Chiaki's jealous!
Too much info.
Oh, yeah, she's like, oh, that's gross, because she likes Hajime. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Hajime still likes you.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
A little bit, yeah. Oh, Naito, what do you think of?
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
Oh. Huh?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Oh. The killer had a different reason? Like, if that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? I think we are. Because the only person who had an alibi besides ourselves and Akane and Nagito was Mikan. Again, I'll say this one more time. If it's not Mikan, I'm gonna feel like an asshole. Inside a trap, set by one of us. But I feel like it has to be her. She got the disease. If so, then whose and what kind of trap is it? Oh, are we on an intermission? Or intermission. Fucking break, or whatever it's called? Suspension, whatever.
Hiya!
Okay. So I'm going to end it here. In the next part, we will finish the trial and find out who the killer really is. I still think it's Mikan. I mean, I don't know how she did it, but I still, like, it would make the most sense if it was her. She got the disease and she went on a killing spree. That's just what, it's my gut feeling telling me that, and I'm gonna go with it until the trial's over. So yeah, that's it.